в Париже. Тут сейчас проходит неделя Ethereum. Основное мероприятие — это Ethereum Community Conference. Потом еще будет хакатончик, на котором команда SmartKek будет принимать участие. Ну а сейчас я иду на метап Gnosis, посвященный DAOStack.
Кристин Эрнст рассказывает про DAOStack. Народу много, все внимательно слушают. Я еще встретил здесь неплохое русскоязычное комьюнити из разных совершенно компаний, разработчик из Gnosis, разработчик из концу Diligence.
Время открытия мне Павел из Хакин показал вот такой прекрасный вид транспорта. Электрический самокатик. Разгоняется до 24 км в час. Бодро, весело. Ну-ка. Сегодняшний день начался с того, что нас с Женей выгнали из аудитории пожарной тревогой. Ну, собственно, не только нас, и всех вокруг.
Hi, this is Thibaut from Liquidity Network. He is developer. Yes. And let me ask you two small questions. First of all, what do you think about Ethereum Community Conference?
Well, I do think Ethereum Community Conference fantastic. I mean, seeing that much project, that much activity in the Ethereum ecosystem, super great. A lot of very interesting projects. As technical, also focus on the onboarding of people. So I do think it's a very good thing to be here.
Okay, you have a presentation here, yes?
Yes.
Could you please, for example, in several sentences, tell about it? What do you want to speak about?
Yes. So basically, at Liquidity Network, we're building a second layer protocol, which helps to scale Ethereum and to more transactions throughput. And what I'm going to present today is how we've used this protocol in order to improve the throughput of DEXs without leveraging the security which is offered by those DEXs in terms of matching orders or the security you have to transactions.
Okay, that's great. Let us see your stand. Liquidity Network. Great team, great guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Sure, you too. Bye-bye.
Доклад Патрика Вентузелло из CoSigned. Попробуем с ним пообщаться потом.
Пообщались с Патриком. Оказалось, что CoSigned вообще с блокчейном практически не работает. И в блокчейне у них единственный проект — это анализ Octopus и все.
So here is Pat from DAOStack.
How's it going?
Yes, Pat, tell us please what do you think about Ethereum Community Conference and what you wish to do here?
Yeah, so the Ethereum Community Conference, what do I think about it? I think there's a lot of energy here. I think people are looking for ways to work together. Right now, if you look at the sort of a top-level view of the whole ecosystem, of sort of the Ethereum community at large, what we see or what we observe is we observe a lot of development in silo. We see a lot of people creating these architectures that are not necessarily interoperable in any meaningful fashion. You're actually a good example. You're doing Plasma, but there's 10 versions of Plasma.
Yes, sure.
So you're the titular example. So. At this conference, I think people are finding ways to work together, and that's why we're here. That's why DAOStack is here.
Yes.
We're here to find, two types of organizations. We're looking for organizations who are interested in opening a DAO and creating sort of this community-run structure, so you could fund this DAO, and then people come with proposals, and they do work on your platform or your application, right? And the second one we're looking for is for organizations interested in expanding the toolkit of what DAOs can do. And an example would be someone who's designing an application, and they want the DAO to be able to access this application and use it as an organization and not just individual adjuncts, right?
Yes.
And we found a lot of those. We've been very successful.
Okay.
The EthCC, the community, it's coming together. That's all I got to say about that.
That's great. Okay, thank you, Pat. Have a nice day.
You too.
А сейчас я на ланче. Вот он находится в такой прекрасной комнате с вот такими прекрасными потолками. Встретились с нашим русским комьюнити, с Алиной из Матер. Леша Левин как представитель всех и вся. Скажи, кто тебе запомнился пока больше всего?
Джаник.
Это расскажи, кто это такой.
Контрибьютор в Ethereum 2.0 на Хакатоне.
Это который мощный вот этот сеньор-девелопер, да?
Не мощный.
Не мощный?
Хиленький, тощенький, классный, красивый девелопер.
Отлично.
Мы с ним затерли про будущее эфира, про то, короче, как вообще делать application, какие они могут быть, и было сплошное удовольствие.
Отлично. Отлично.
Джаник Лухан в городе Майнц.
Амброзис выступал по IOT, швейцарский стартап, делают supply chain. Ну вот у них CTO тут рассказывал хорошо, то есть, ну, те, кому не нравится SEO Ангел, могут сходить на CTO, он такой приятный товарищ. И делают L2 Scaling Solutions. Для IOT же важно тоже, чтобы все эти бесконечные грузы трекать, там, 1000 транзакций, плохо делать на майонете без скейлинга.
Hi, here is Sebastian from Epicenter. Hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Tell me, please, your plans for Epicenter for the next year, for 2019.
Well, we're going to keep pumping out content, as we always have for the last 5.5 years about. And other plans, well, we hope to get some more high-profile guests, hopefully. Sort of in the crypto space, but also around the crypto space, sort of in the periphery, and maybe expand a little bit on the topics that we're discussing. And then another thing is also expanding the types of content that we do. So right now we're only doing weekly episodes, but expanding that into like more types of content that's related to the episode, but yeah, so that'll be coming in the next few months. Yeah.
That's great. Do you know the famous guest that you want to talk with in the next couple of months?
Well, we're trying real hard to get Jack Dorsey to come on the podcast.
Oh, that's great.
So we'd love to have him on. Other than that, we'd love to speak to more people sort of in the public space, so in politics. With everything that's going on with like the SEC, like at that level, at the sort of regulatory level, in the last year, I think that could be also interesting topics. And I think. Yeah, specifically, like there's not a specific person, but like in terms of topics, I think trying to be as like broad and diverse as possible. Try not to like fall into only covering Ethereum or only covering one type of like
to make it wider. Yes.
Yeah, to make it a bit wider. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think that all of the Russian blockchain community really like your podcast.
Thank
you. Make a great example of how things should be done. So thank you very much for your content. We really love it. Thank you.
And congrats on your podcast in Russia as well.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Третий день начался, на удивление, плотное расписание. В итоге получилось достаточно большое количество встреч. Только что пообщались с бездевом Густавом из MakerDAO и разработчиком опера-браузера Чарльзом. Будем дальше узнавать новости от конкурентов из TrailBits и Chain Security. Here is Gustav from MakerDAO Business Development. Gustav, tell me please, what do you think about this conference?
I think it's very nice. There's a lot of technical talent here, and I think it's a lot of very good talks with like very in-depth subjects.
Oh, that's great.
Павел Рачук, Хакин, рассказывает про аудиты DAO'ов.
Ethereum Community Conference подходит к концу. Сейчас будет последний доклад, который я собираюсь сегодня послушать. А пока зацените, в каком прекрасном месте это все проводится. Это просто реально настоящая готика. Кажется, это все называется Университет искусств. Тут еще есть музей. Вот в этом здании, по-моему, находится огромный телескоп. Крыши просто чумовые. Пока у нас тут пересменочка между конференцией и хакатоном, с Евгением наконец-то успели выбраться немножечко посмотреть достопримечательности. На Монмартр забрались, например. Женя рад. Он наконец-то увидел что-то в Париже. Да.
Команда SmartKek доехала до хакатона.
обсуждаем идеи, которые мы будем, значит, реализовывать сейчас. Все идет хорошо. Обсуждение идет полным ходом. Евгений бидлит, как видно из его футболки, из его кофты. Утро второго дня хакатона. Мы с Иваном на видеосвязи.
Здорово, братцы.
Ребята уже начали вовсю бидлить. Вот. Сейчас уже непосредственно начнем. Идея проекта есть, какой-то концепт. Я сейчас буду делать документажку. Да,
будем жечь.
Будем сейчас жечь в прямом смысле этого слова. А парни сейчас будут писать код. Такие дела. Stay tuned.
У меня кот залез в шкаф.
Что, всем понравился сущий мистер Пропер, смывающий граффити?
Сфоткайте, пожалуйста, меня рядом с сущим мистер Пропер.
Обязательно, давай. Женя пытается врубиться в чейнлинк. Паша фигачит интерфейс. Я пытаюсь разобраться с API к ICO. Так и живем. 2 часа ночи. Чуваки бидлят. Завтра в 10 утра начинаются презентации. В общем, у нас закончился второй день. 3 часа ночи.
У кого закончился, у кого нет.
Женя продолжает прогать. Леша вводит пароль от Wi-Fi.
Я не знаю, кто из нас раньше закончил.
Он начинается здесь и заканчивается здесь.
Wi-Fi 7 сантиметров длиной.
Больше, чем...
Секьюрно.
JavaScript everything is working, so you can use the Google side as usual. And it is totally hosted, only hosted on the scale and the Ethereum blockchain.
Питчем проект спонсором.
Run the thing, but then afterwards it's already on scale, so it can be served anywhere.
Winners, they're only finalists. So we can get drunk already.
No, you have to demo first. Demo and then get drunk.
Только что.
And any vodka?
I don't think we bought any vodka.
Только что, кажется, мы узнали, что мы, кажется, выиграли.
Но мы не можем громко радоваться, потому что как бы...
И потому что мы не выиграли, на самом деле, а тут просто 4 победителя, мы
Да,
одни из них.
как бы мы одни из них, не победители.
Давайте по-быстрому демо сделаем, чтобы работало.
So get ready to basically present. What we're going to do is go through the demos in this order. So be ready once you see the team go off, then be ready to come on. But we'll announce.
That is our first time on hackathons.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay, so we're cleaned up. We are cleaning the blockchain and cleaning the blockchain industry. The idea is that probably many of you have the problem that you have a lot of tokens that you don't really need. Like maybe you have a lot of airdrops or maybe you participate in some ICOs, but now all these tokens are really nothing.
Who has some of that?
Yeah. Yeah, so there are some people here. And so what do you do with them? So one of the things is a kind of radical solution that you can just burn them, you know, and kind of let them go with a bang. So the idea here is that on this dApp you can burn tokens and make some statements, like publish statements. So here some people like tweeted things. It's you know, it's early. Oh, there you go. That was another tweet. So he doesn't know what he's doing, but anyway. But ultimately, this is a cryptoeconomic mechanic where to back a statement on this platform, you actually have to burn the token. So basically, you're attaching to some text that you post here a claim that this token is worthless, basically. And there are a few use cases for that. For one is so let's say that you participated in a scam, like you were scammed. So you can burn it and you can write here, it was a scam, and like screw them. Or maybe it was something else, you know, like you can write something like, I liked it, but it didn't fly. Or maybe something like, the regulator came for us. No, you have to burn it. Yeah. And these are cases for like when you have very few tokens. But another use case is maybe if you're a founder or you're part of the team and you actually have a lot of the tokens. So what you can do is burn, let's say, 80% of the tokens, or all of the tokens because you're shutting down the project. And in the system, it will give you a longer text that you can attach to that to that act. And you can basically write a full-fledged postmortem. So we did this kind of business model. It didn't work because of this. The regulator came for us. So now I'm burning out all the tokens. And like this is the final statement that we're attaching to this token that is non-existent. So the idea is that this kind of like semantic like composing of information can really help the industry. And if we really have some kind of website or app in this case where we have a list of everything that we tried to do and why it didn't work, that could be helpful. But you can also just burn token because you just want to burn.
Express yourself.
Yeah, you can basically express yourself.
The solution is completely decentralized. Like we have all the logic on the blockchain, Ethereum smart contract. These all things are the event logs, and we just cache them and show it here. So the front end is a static web page, since we want to keep that application decentralized. And that means that you can almost store your front end anywhere. You can store it anywhere. For example, right now it is Swarm. It can be Scale. It can be, if you like the centralization and the speed, you can host your own website on the Amazon even, but I'm not fond of it, but if you are, then go for it.
Just say a quick thing about the product. So the problem is, how do you know that the token is actually a real token? Because you can get spammed by somebody who is creating some token which is meaningless and just burning all of it and then doing it again and again and just spamming. So that's why you need to kind of verify that the token is a real thing and people in the network have been using it.
These tokens, they should be sorted by the percentage of all tokens burned. Like top one should be like 10%, 5%, 3%, 0, nothing percent, and so on. So if these, imagine, and the comments here could be some comments, but they will load later, and it's warm, so it's okay.
This is, by the way, decentralized experience. So Swarm plus MetaMask plus blockchain.
Yay!
Is this?
So yeah. So for example, imagine it become popular for some reason, and I just want to be on top, and then I just go create completely new empty ERC20 contract, add it to the system, and just burn all the tokens. So I'm on top. To prevent this, we are using Oracle to actually check if there are enough transactions on this smart contract. We have set the limit of 1,000, so at least you need to create 1,000 transactions. We've tried both Chainlink and Oracleize, and they both kind of difficult to use and quite expensive. All of that.
Well, the problem with Chainlink is that it's not on mainnet.
Yeah, so that's why we use Oracleize tokens.
And the problem with Oracleize was that one Oracle call was more than $1.
Yeah, and nice thing about this project is that actually, like this percentage, you can just count it like balance of this smart contract divided by total supply. And if there is like community of people who hate this project and they burn their tokens, like it's large amount, you can actually use it like a decentralized Oracle that this token is kind of that community don't like it, so it becomes some sort of Oracle.
Okay.
Thank you.
Хакатон закончился. Мы пойдем.
Буду честным, у меня есть желание либо попить французского вина, но вот вино, которое наливают внизу, не очень, либо покатать велик. Видите, я сноуборд.
Жень, что думаешь насчет хакатона?
Очень круто. Наконец-то что-то забилдили. Вместо того, чтобы сиську менять на хате.
Это было тяжело, это было интересно, тут было все охрененно, буквально охрененно организовано. Это не common стал, реально было организовано, но еще раз я не готов, честно. Я как-то пипец.
Тяжело быть единственным фронтендером?
Да, тяжело быть единственным фронтендером, когда то, что ты, твое призвание в кавычках.
Да, второй раз, конечно, тяжело, поэтому сейчас мы немножко отдохнем, потупим. Ну и завтра в Москву работать. Всем спасибо.